used to be 14 in the crib trying to be a trap nigga. Now I got me some floor seats at the game trying to go bat nigga. Got me feeling like Spike Lee on the wood smoking on pat nigga. Drunk texting my wifey so I know I'll get a text back nigga. 45 on my white tee, used to have this shit up on the dash nigga. Got a lot on my psyche, on my mind, I ain't talking hats nigga. Like I said on that Syfy, when I train I tend to overlap niggas. Heard them niggas wanna fight me, we grown, I don't really scrap nigga. Been through a lot of forgetting to pray, like what do I say, I know what I want when I get it today, but I've been afraid, that maybe I won't, I'm no longer afraid, I do what I have to. They sending me shots that I never react to. You mad that I passed you? Them hoes gon' need me. Get them out my face, cut them out my VVs, shine brighter than space. Coming down like sweetie, why you always hate? She know it's me, she never could replace. I used to be 14 in the crib trying to be a trap nigga.
What's up everybody, it's your boy Dojo here, and today I want to talk about some tips for this new game that I absolutely love called Rogue Company. In the background I have a game of Strikeout where the other team is unfortunately down a player, but this gives us the opportunity to push them and get some action-packed gameplay. This game goes so hard on so many different levels. There's a little bit of a learning curve here, but I'm sure with practice and some good tips, you guys will be able to overcome this and become a solid teammate and a disciplined player. Do me a favor and drop a like, leave a comment on what you guys want to see in the future videos, and subscribe if you like the content. Now, without further ado, I promised you some tips, so let's get it. Today I want to focus on movement because I think it's such an important aspect of this game. We do have a dodge roll, but I'm not going to go over that because I think it's pretty self-explanatory. What I am going to be going over is the crouch spam mechanic. Okay, so normally when I see people, like they get into a gunfight or something, they strafe right and fire, or strafe left and fire. This is okay because you're moving, but your speed is consistent, so it's not that hard to track. What I do recommend is the crouch spam. I'll show you what it looks like right here.
I used to be 14 in the crib trying to be a trap nigga. Now I got me some floor seats at the game trying to go back.
Why is this good? This is good because 1, we're changing head level, and 2, we all know that walking strafe is faster than crouch walking strafe. So we're switching in between, right? Standing, crouching, standing, crouching. So our speed is no longer consistent. It's staggered. Fast, slow, fast, slow, fast, slow. This is going to make it harder for your enemies to land shots. I bet you they're not going to land all of their shots on you. They might land some, but definitely not all. Now here's what that's going to look like in full speed. Okay, so here I have another variation of the crouch spam. I learned this way back in the day when I used to play Last of Us multiplayer factions, and back then it was called the wiggle. Let me play this out for you. So here, just like the last one, we have the head level changes. We have the staggered speed, fast, slow, fast, slow, fast, slow. And we also add another dimension, which is the change of direction. So if an enemy is trying to track you, by the time they catch up, you're going to be changing direction. Change direction, change direction. So it's going to be very frustrating for your enemies to land their shots, whether they're on keyboard and mouse or controller. Here's what that looks like in full speed. Now that I've showed you both variations of the crouch spam, I'm not going to say that one is better than the other, but I am going to say that they're both situational. So maybe learning both is best because it's better to have more tools in your arsenal than to have less. So that you guys know that this works, here's the crouch spam in action against real players. It's crazy. They're hitting like 2 to 3 shots while I'm returning like 8 to 10 in the exchange.
fight me, we grown, I don't really scrap, nigga. Been through a lot of forgetting to pray, like what do I say, I know what I want when I get it today, but I've been afraid, that maybe I won't, I'm no longer afraid, I do what I have to. They sending me shots that I never react to. You mad that I passed you? Them hoes gon' need me. Get them out my face, cut them out my VVs, shine brighter than space. Coming down like sweetie, why you always hate? She know it's me, she never could replace. I used to be 14 in the crib trying to be a trap nigga. Now I got me some floor seats at the game trying to go bat nigga. Got me feeling like Spike Lee on the wood smoking on pat nigga. Drunk texting my wifey so I know I'll get a text back nigga. 45 on my white tee, used to have this shit up on the dash nigga. Got a lot on my psyche.
The next tip I have for you is another gunfight movement strat, which is my personal favorite. I picked this up back when I used to play Fortnite competitively. Because of the similar third-person mechanics of both games, it carries right over into this one. We call it the W key or the barrel stuff. W on the keyboard by default refers to pushing forward, which is exactly what we'll be doing here. We need two things. One, the element of surprise, and two, to close the distance on the opponent. So what's happening here is, right around here, I hear footsteps coming from over here. So I switch shoulders accordingly and square up. Right now, I want to use my ears and my eyes to try and track this guy. Right around here, I get a visual. You want to hold that visual. If he goes behind the wall, like he just did, you want to adjust a little bit so that you can still see him. The visual is key in order to time this correctly, so that's why I stress this so much. This is where the W key comes into play. When the time is right, boom, push, straight. You want to go straight through your opponent. You want to have literally zero distance between you and your opponent. You want your gun to literally be sticking out the back of his head. The reason you want to be so close is because you want to hinder his mobility. In his head, he thinks he's still moving forward, but in reality, he's just running in place, making it super easy for me to just tee off on him. And before he can even comprehend what's going on, it's all over. That's a GG if you ask me. So, let me play this out for you in full speed.
Coming down like sweetie, why you always hate? She know it's me, she never could replace. I used to be 14 in the crib trying to be a trap nigga. Now I got me some floor seats at the game.
Now that I've shown you one way to set up for barrel stuff, here are a few other examples. You can get creative and throw your own style into it. Pay extra attention to the first example where I climb on top of a crate and then dodge roll to close the distance. Man, that dodge roll is so good for so many different situations.
I put that on everything.
Now here are the barrel stuff clips.
So complex and I feel so congested. We love, no protection. Your love, so contested. Love is so complex and I feel so congested. We love, no protection. Your love, so contested. Life is so damaging. How could we go plan for it? Microphones, cameras, everything so glamorous. Life is so damaging. How could we go plan for it? Microphones, cameras, everything so glamorous.
Next up, I want to go over both the aim down sight and hip fire mechanics of this game. But first, let me show you something that I've noticed about the two, specifically when behind cover. Let's say we have two enemies in front of us, one right here and the other over here, both behind this barricade. Now, if I hip fire, my head stays the same level as the cover, so I can isolate this guy, shoot the 1v1 while not giving this guy an angle. But the moment I ADS, my head comes up and I open up the situation for these guys to 2v1 me. this gunfight I'm probably gonna lose. So, if you find yourself in this situation, I recommend picking the rightmost player if we have a right hand peek, or the leftmost player if we have a left side peek. In this case, it's the rightmost. And getting that isolation right, shoot the 1v1. After we get a knock, open up on the second player. This is going to greatly increase your chances of winning 2v1 gunfights. Now that we've seen the difference between ADSing and hip firing behind cover, let's talk about what situations call for which. Here's a rule of thumb that I came up with. All deep range is ADS to keep the reticle bloom tight. Try to crouch if possible. All close range is hip fire. Mid range kinda has this gray area. If the enemy is unaware and won't be returning fire, go ahead, aim down sight and beam this guy. On the other hand, if the enemy is aware and will be returning fire, use the hip fire because 1, we want to keep our mobility up so that we can be harder to hit, and 2, the faster movement will help us quickly move back into cover if anything goes wrong, like another enemy pulling up or a grenade landing right at our feet. Hip fire is a lot more accurate than you think it is. You'll notice that you still are beaming kids with it. Yeah, you might miss a few bullets here and there, but having that movement boost is much more crucial in close to mid-range situations. That's all I have for you guys in today's video. Leave a comment on what you liked or what you didn't like. I'm open to constructive criticism. By the way, I hope you really use that crouch spam. It'll have your enemies thinking how their aim got so bad this match. Now, I'll let the rest of this match play out for those of you who are interested. Thanks for tuning in. Love you guys. See you soon. Dojo signing out.
Psyche on my mind, I ain't talking has niggas. Like I said on that Syphy, when I train, I tend to overlap niggas. Heard them niggas wanna fight me, we grown, I don't really scrap nigga. Been through a lot of forgetting to pray, like what do I say, I know what I want when I get it today, but I've been afraid, that maybe I won't, I'm no longer afraid, I do what I have to. They sending me shots that I never react to. You mad that I passed you? Them hoes gon' need me. Get them out my face, cut them out my VVs, shine brighter than space. Coming down like sweetie, why you always hate? She know it's me, she never could replace. I used to be 14 in the crib trying to be a trap nigga. Now I got me some floor seats at the game trying to go bat nigga. Got me feeling like Spike Lee on the woods smoking on pat nigga. Drunk texting my wifey so I know I'll get a text back nigga. 45 on my white tee, used to have this shit up on the dash nigga. Got a lot on my psyche on my mind, I ain't talking ass nigga. Like I said on that Syphy, when I train I tend to overlap niggas. Heard them niggas wanna fight me, we grown, I don't really scrap nigga. So complex and I feel so congested. We love, no protection. Your love, so contested. Love is so complex and I feel so congested. We love, no protection. Your love, so contested. Life is so damaging, how could we go plan for it? Microphones, cameras, everything so glamorous. Life is so damaging, how could we go plan for it? Microphones, cameras, everything so glamorous. I used to be 14 in the crib trying to be a trap nigga. Now I got me some floor seats at the game trying to go bat nigga. Got me feeling like Spike Lee on the woods smoking on pat nigga. Drunk texting my wifey so I know I'll get a text back nigga. 45 on my white tee, used to have this shit up on the dash nigga. Got a lot on my psyche on my mind, I ain't talking has nigga. Like I said on that Syphy, when I train I tend to overlap niggas. Heard them niggas wanna fight me, we grown, I don't really scrap nigga. Been through a lot of forgetting to pray, like what do I say, I know what I want when I get it today, but I've been afraid, that maybe I won't, I'm no longer afraid, I do what I have to. They sending me shots that I never react to. You mad that I passed you? Them hoes gon' need me. Get them out my face, cut them out my VVs, shine brighter than space. Coming down like sweetie, why you always hate? She know it's me, she never could replace. I used to be 14 in the crib trying to be a trap nigga. Now I got me some floor seats at the game trying to go bat nigga. Got me feeling like Spike Lee on the woods smoking on pat nigga. Drunk texting my wifey, so I know I'll get a text back, nigga. 45 on my white tee, used to have this shit up on the dash, nigga. Got a lot on my psyche, on my mind, I ain't talking ass, nigga. Like I said on that Syfy, when I train, I tend to overlap, niggas. Heard them niggas wanna fight me, we grown, I'm really scrap, nigga. So complex and I feel so congested. We love, no protection. Your love, so contested. Love is